Assalamualaikum. Hi, my name is Harun. So today I would like to present the Astra Standard 154 2016 ventilation for commercial cooking. Commercial cooking can be described as a food preparing premises for a greater public, such as fast food, food trucks, and restaurants. These commercial cooking standards will include first, the kitchen hood that is designed to remove airborne grease, fumes, smokes, and heat. Second, the exhaust system to blow out all the unwanted air conditions. And third, the replacement air system about the makeup replacement fresh air to the kitchen. Without further ado, we go to the first section, which is the kitchen hood. There are two types of kitchen hood, which are type 1 and type 2. Type 1 hood is for appliances producing more than 5 mg per meter cube of grease measured at 236 meter per second exhaust flow, while the type 2 hood is for appliances producing less than 5 mg per meter cube of grease measured at 236 liters per second exhaust airflow. There are some conventional use models for kitchen hood, for example, wall-mounted canopy, single island canopy, double island canopy, vibro, and also the back shaft. Type 1 hood is to be installed above cooking equipment that produce grease or smoke. Type 1 hood design should comply to the Underwriters Laboratories or UL standard, specifically UL standard 710, 710B, and also 710C. Table 1 specifies the Type 1 hood requirements by appliance description. For example, a light-duty baking oven and a medium-duty heater or fryer that use electric or gas should be installed with a Type 1 hood. Overhang is the horizontal distance that the lower front edge of the hood extends beyond the top horizontal cooking surface of the appliance. For example, the side overhang, the front overhang, also the end overhang. Table 3 specifies the required end, front, and rear overhang dimensions based on the hood models. The specifications for Type 1 hood shot includes first the internal discharge makeup airflow that not to exceed 10% of the exhaust airflow or the net hood exhaust. The net hood exhaust can be calculated using the formula net hood exhaust equal to the total hood exhaust minus the makeup air interval discharge. The performance test that can be used is the hood capture and containment test. Capture and containment shall be verified visually by observing smoke or steam produced by the actual cooking compression. The clearance shall be installed with a minimum 457 mm clearance to the combustibles from any hood surface. We move to the Type 2 hood. The Type 2 hood is for cooking or dishwashing appliances producing heat, steam, or products combustion, and non-grease producing appliances. Same goes to the Type 1 hood. Table 2 specifies the Type 2 hood requirements by appliance description based on the duty level. Same with Type 1 hood. The Type 2 hood overhang dimension can be divided into three: side overhang, the front overhang, and also the end overhang. Equivalent to the Type 1 hood, Table 3 specifies the required end, front, and rear overhang dimensions based on the hood models. System specifications for Type 2 hood are first the interval discharge makeup airflow that not to exceed 10% of the exhaust airflow, hood duty level equivalent to the duty level of the appliance that has the highest or the heaviest duty level of all the appliances that are installed underneath the hood according to the table 2. The performance test, Type 2 hood performance test, is to verify the rate of exhaust airflow required as the table below. Type 2 hoods mounting requirements can be defined to the hood models. Because in the canopy type hood, the vertical distance from the front lower edge of the hood and the cooking surface should be less than 1219 millimeters. The vertical distance between the front lower edge of the hood and the finished floor should be greater than 1981 millimeters. The inside hood head should be greater than 610 millimeters. For the eyebrow type hood, the front lower edge of the hood should be greater than 1981 millimeters above the finished floor, while the back shaft or the crossover type hood, the vertical distance between the front lower edge of the hood and the cooking surface should be less than 610 millimeters from the cooking surface. We move to the second section, which is the exhaust systems. The standard 154/2016 provides the duct system specifications in terms of the duct material, the fabrication method, the slope of the ducts, airflow performance, and fan specifications. Duct system requirements. First, the ducts cannot pass through the firewalls. Second, the ducts should lead to the exterior of the building. The third is the ducts shall be installed without forming dips or traps that might collect grease. Fourth, the duct leakage test shall be performed to determine that all weather joints and seams are liquid tight. Exhaust discharge. Exhaust system shall be designed to prevent re-entrainment or the flowing back into the building intakes. Minimum horizontal distance between discharge and intake shall be 3 meters. Exhaust discharge shall not impinge on overhangs, parapets, other equipment or higher parts of the buildings. Exhaust discharge. Exhaust airstreams for Type 1 hoods shall be located at a minimum of 1016 millimeters above the finished roof surface and be directed away from the roof and the building surfaces. The exhaust fan service, Type 1 hood shall have the automatic controls that will activate the fan when any appliance that requires such as Type 1 hood is turned on, or a means of interlock shall be provided that will prevent operation of such appliances when the exhaust fan is not turned on. Operation and maintenance. The exhaust fan serving a Type 1 hood shall have automatic controls that will activate the fan when any appliance that requires such as Type 1 hood is turned on, or a means of interlock shall be provided that will prevent operation of such appliances when the exhaust fan is not turned on. Upon inspection, if the exhaust system is found to be contaminated with grease deposit, the contaminated portions of the exhaust system shall be thoroughly cleaned by a properly trained, qualified, and certified company or person acceptable to the authority having jurisdiction. We move to the last section, the replacement air systems. The terminal velocity of air introduced from devices in the kitchen shall not exceed 50 fpm or 0.25 meter per second at the lowest edges of the hood. Transfer air from dining or other areas that passes through openings such as windows or walkways shall be sized for air velocity not to exceed 75 fpm or 0.381 meter per second based on the free area of the opening. Openings provided for transfer air shall remain open during the system operation. The total replacement air airflow rate shall equal to the total exhaust airflow rate plus the net exfiltration. The kitchen of a food service facility shall be maintained under a negative pressure with respect to dining areas and adjacent non-food areas. The maximum negative pressure shall not exceed 0.02 inch of water or 5 Pascal. A freestanding food service facility, for example, food service facility that entirely occupies a single building, shall be maintained under positive pressure with respect to outdoors. Where a food service facility shares a wall with an adjacent non-food service facility, such as a retail center or a shopping mall, the food service facility shall be maintained under negative pressure with respect to outdoors and the adjacent spaces. The pressure in any room in which a trough hood vented appliance, such as a gas water heater, is located shall be maintained not less than 0.02 inch of water or 5 Pascal below outdoor ambient pressure.